This is the Risk Grandnovice Series, where I, a Grandmaster on the free-for-all ladder, share a lower ranked game. From this, hopefully more people will see the game of Risk, newer players can improve their play, and maybe we'll get to see something crazy. I don't know. The main thing to take from this, what I want you to remember is you do not have to be number one to have fun. So get out there, play some Risk, and have some fun. So I am excited about this game. I have done some interesting settings. So the map of Turkey, it is a very large map, it is very spread out, and it is also harder to secure bonuses. Not impossible, not saying it won't happen, but they're harder to secure. And it relies a lot on being friendly with others or being so strong that nobody can break you on your borders. And at this level, we know threat stacks are largely not respected because at this level, we're the novice to intermediate level, coordination and understanding of some of the nuances of the game doesn't exist as much as it does on other levels. Another reason why this is interesting, aside from the map, is that we have a bot in here, and what that's going to do is just it's going to add a little bit of variation where it's going to be harder for players to separate themselves off into their bonuses. They're still going to have to worry about that bot being there and breaking them, although it is a medium AI, so we don't have to worry too much about it making a run and getting too strong, and probably won't see the AI take first place leaving this game. It is automated inactivity behavior, so if individuals are going to leave, that AI is going to take over. It is 120-second turn timers, and it is also progressive. So as we go on, those trades are going to get bigger and bigger, but what we often see at this level is players don't have the mechanics to run the board. So while we see those trades get bigger, it is probably not going to be a situation where, hold on, let me roll myself down here. See if there's a place we can roll ourselves into a bot. We're not impacting others too much. If you're new here, what we do is we roll ourselves down so we can impact the game as little as possible, and we can see it played how people at this level play the game. We just have so many territories, so many places to roll ourselves down. So at this level, individuals usually don't have the mechanics or the decisiveness. Not saying it doesn't exist at this level, but it's just not usual to run the board. So it is more than likely once those trades start getting huge, mistakes are going to play a lot into what individuals choose to do. The last Grandnovice series, we saw individuals who had a lot of pathing issues, and they actually trapped themselves when they could have won the game several times over. So anyone who attempts to do something big with their trade-in may have to deal with, if they blow through all their troops in that turn, deal with the response of that. So looking at this game, we kind of see the red player separating themselves off to the right side. We see the pink player building themselves off on the left side. We see the white player in the middle, very interesting strategy. And we see the purple bot. Well, we'll just see what the purple bot chooses to do. We haven't really figured out what kind of bot this is yet. We don't know if it's a breaker. We don't know if it's a taker. We are going to find out, and actually pink really extending themselves here to take a continent, but I think it's very unlikely they hold that, being right next to the bot. The bot still has a 1 right there. If I were worried about that bot being a breaker bot, maybe I would have tried rolling the 3-on-1 to get it out of that area, but fortunately it looks like the purple bot is not going to break pink, so now it's going to be up to the other players. The red player could easily do it. The white player could do it, but not as easily. They would bring up this 3 down through. The red player could easily do it because they're bordering right here. And the white player could also do it with the troops they're going to get right now. They could bring this 2 up. They could bring this 9 over. So we do have to worry about that. But if nobody stops pink, they're going to get a +6, and that's going to be huge right now. So let's see what happens. It looks like the white player will. They're thinking about it. Really, pink is at the mercy of the white player right now. The white player will not break. Perhaps saying to the pink player, I could have broken you, although they are lining up in a way that is a bit threatening. So that is interesting here. Let's find a place to roll ourselves down. Oh. So I wonder if the white player was signaling to the pink player, I could break you, but I'm not going to. Let's get strong together. And we'll see the white player take the Mediterranean coast. That may be an option. That may be what we're seeing here. We'll see if the pink player picked up on that, or if that's even what the white player was trying to communicate. The red player taking their turn, not breaking the pink player, or at least maybe they're going to take that 3-on-1 into the pink player, but it was unsuccessful. Looks like that was the case, and they actually also tried 2-on-1 on the pink player, and it is once again not successful. Good thing the red player is on the opposite end of the map right now, because the pink player has 10 troops and is relatively large and will keep getting larger if nobody does anything about it. Looks like they're going to place stacks over their borders. They're not going to do a threat stack. They're not going to go exploring. Actually, that 8 right there, they suggest something different. Very interesting to leave this 8 here. Maybe they're going to put an 8 here and they're going to split between these two, taking it from a 3-point guard to a 2-point guard. I wouldn't mind that if this is the strategy they're going for. They're not, so they're going to leave it a 6 and they're going to fortify in. They're still so vulnerable right here. Perhaps not being worried about being broken. I think that just that one round of those extra 6 bonus troops is going to make you so much less vulnerable than the other players. Of course, we're at this early stage where the early trade-ins aren't going to matter as much, especially with how big this map is and how spread out individuals still are. You can see the pink player still has 1 territory over here. So if someone wanted to eliminate the pink player, they have to consider how they're going to be over here while also being over here. And the pink player receiving that bonus is also good because they are going to get the smallest trade-in if all of the players wait until they have 5 cards to trade in, although we know bots usually don't do that. They get trade-ins when they get the cards for it. So pink player in a really good position right now. What is the white player going to do? They have that 12 right on the border of pink. They could right now, they could take their bonus. So you see this 12 right here connects down through. They attack up here, split enough to make sure they get it. So they attack up here, split 4 and attack 1, right? And then the rest would come through here and clear out these troops. It is possible. It's very realistic to do. And I would like to see the white player do that right now. Because with that wall, not only, oh, the white player is going to bot out. That is so unfortunate. Oh, and it is going to break the pink player. I don't think the white player would have done that if they were still here. It was not the bot in this situation. So, very interesting. The reality is, you might be thinking, okay, well, we've just gone from a 1v1v1. We had 3 human players and 1 AI. I'm here, but I'm trying not to be here. Nobody's really removed me, and it just goes to show how large this map is and how long you can survive. But we had 3 individuals actively trying to win the game, and now we're going to have 2, right? So what happens if the red player bots or pink player bots? Then we're going to have 1 individual. First, we're just going to hope that doesn't happen. But if that does happen, the reality is, at this level, and at all levels, but especially at this level, you see a lot of people bot out. And we're going to watch if that happens a bot out, and we're going to critique it, and we're going to push forward. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but right now we're kind of in a 1v1 between the red player and the pink player, and funnily enough, they're on opposite ends of the map. So what do they need to do as they're looking at this game? Well, the pink player taking the trade on 3 is not going to take 100% roll, because it's going to take 6 to have 100% roll on this too. So very interesting. Let's see if it is successful, and it is. We have seen some players not get great dice, but it does work out for the pink player. If I'm the pink player right now, and I don't think I can hold the +6, I move up into the +5 and I defend that, because I think that is a much easier bonus. It's probably the easiest bonus on this map to hold, and it's actually crazy that they secured that +6. Was it turn 2 So good for them. But in this game, it doesn't look like that's happening. That the continuing this friendliness where everybody secures their own bonuses, that's not what's happened so far. So you kind of have to play the game as that game plays. And the pink player trying it, they're leaving guards up, and good for them. But we'll see if the now white bot lets them hold. Let's see, white is still offline, so going into the white player slash bot's turn, we'll see if they choose to try and break. I think they have 18 territories, so they got a large amount of troops. They got 6 troops, so if they wanted to, they absolutely could, especially with this trade in, break the pink player. I think if you're the pink player now, you abandon that area, you move up north. Ooh, the white bot still could break, has 100% roll with that 7. No, they attack the purple bot. Very interesting. And the pink player may be holding, but now the pink player is going to have to break the white bot because you cannot let them hold that +6 next to you. Bots do not understand diplomacy. Let's talk a little bit about the red player's position. I actually quite like it. There's just a lot of pressure building up on the left side that's not building up on the right side. And the red player, while I don't think is utilizing their troops very effectively, my tip to the red player would be here: you don't need to roll yourself out every time. Having more territories right now is not going to help you that much. You're making yourself very vulnerable. I think only having 1 stacks right now on the right side, but with 4 cards, hopefully soon a trade, if not 5 cards and a trade, they will be able to kind of get themselves back up in this game with the largest trade so far. And it looks like I might actually be removed very soon, possibly by the purple bot. Pink player now has to break the white bot. That bot is going to come right into you with those bonus troops. But if they really wanted to, they could use this 7-on-3, take this bonus, and fortify up and away, guaranteeing they hold this bonus. But they do need to break the white bot. No. Oh, this is such a mistake. Perhaps the pink player does not understand that the white player has bought it out. So maybe they're hoping for some sort of diplomacy and mutual respect. Looks like I will be removed from the game, the purple bot. Securing my removal. Let us spectate this game. We'll see what the white bot chooses to do. I would predict that they're going to break the pink player, and perhaps lining up to do that right now. An 8-on-4. 2 8-on-4s possibly to roll. The white bot does roll and is successful. Let's remember that the white or the pink player still has that bonus up there in the top left, so they really should have taken the opportunity to break the white bot, but they should be able to hold on, and they're going to be just fine in this game. Red player getting the largest trade in so far. Good for them, coming from 12 troops, I believe it was, to now 26. They need to work. There's this thing I've talked about before, and I think it applies to certain maps. This map, I don't know, probably, but I need to think about it. Did red bot? Oh no, I think red might have botted, so now it is up to the pink player. Like we said before, if everyone but one individual bots out, that is a part of the game of Risk, and we're going to see how the player plays it out. And hopefully the pink player is able to pull the win. So the red bot making great moves, securing a bonus. Good for them. But there's something I've talked about before, and I'll go back to that because I kind of got off it. It's that I think, well, let's see if the pink player breaks white. They have the opportunity to. Looks like they won't. They have the time to. Choosing not to again, not even resecuring their bonus. You don't see this in progressive a lot. You don't see the slow crawl forward. That's what we're seeing from the pink player right now. We'll see if it pays off. So troop conservation. We're gonna let the bots play. You know, we're gonna have a few turns of that going on, but before we get to the pink player again, but troop conservation is a very big deal. I think a lot in the very small maps, in maps without a lot of troop income. And this can be a map without a lot of troop income because it's really hard to secure a bonus. At the higher levels, and something we probably weren't going to see in this match, what players are going to do is they're going to focus on having multiple positions on the board, and they're going to focus on guarding each other and lining each other up. So we've kind of seen how, look, the red player is mostly on the right side, the pink player is mostly on the left side, the white player is mostly in the middle, purple player has this island out here, good for the purple player. They are harder to remove just because they have that over there, but that is not what we're going to see at the lower level. If you're playing at the lower level, is if the purple player or the red player had a 5 over here, or a 4 or a 3 or a 6, just had a stack over there to try and be harder to remove for their cards in the future, we might see a situation where another player, like the pink player, just knocks it out because they're going for a bonus. So this just looks a lot different than a lot of games you might see watching online. So troop conservation, I think, is important. It was definitely important in this match and the way it's playing out. And I think one of those ways, so when a map, I think, stops, and I'm trying to just thinking out loud right now, but when I think when a map stops being about troop conservation and it starts being more about securing troop income, that's gonna be, so how can we focus on securing troop income on this map? Well, we can secure bonuses, cool. Okay, we can take cards, awesome. We can take other people's cards, right, by removing them from the game, or we can have a lot of territories. So we can have 12 territories, 15 territories, 18, 21 territories for those extra bits of income. But as the trade-ins get higher, those little bits of income aren't going to matter as much as just having cards. What we should see here now is just the pink player doing their slow crawl. They might be set back a little bit as these trades get larger and perhaps the bots choose to go into them, but we should see the pink player slowly eliminate other players, slowly crawl across the map. The purple bot is now ripe for elimination. You can see they have 6 troops across 3 territories. If the pink player has a trade on 3, they need to, or trade on 4, they need to take it, and they need to go for this, for those 4 cards of the purple player. They can trade in, put it on this 9, and they can just look at, there's a nice clear path right here for them to get through all the other individuals and remove the purple player. Even if they don't, they could still go. I think, let's see, you put 11. Is that what the pink player got? The pink player got 11. So you make this a 19. Let's say you lose, just throw a number, you get horrible dice, and you lose 2 for every 1 you try and remove. So you're removing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26. So if you get the worst dice imaginable, yeah, well, not the worst dice imaginable, but really bad dice, you can't get that elimination. But let's say you get even dice, or even good rolls, then it's going to work out. And I think it would have been very likely, even without the trade, for the pink player to remove the purple bot for those 4 cards, get another trade on top of that, and move into accelerating towards the end of this game. It is very dangerous leaving this purple 1 right here, because if the purple bot trades right now, which it has, it could choose the place right here and go in to the pink player, but is actually gone somewhere else. Also scary, which is, oh, do you see like the over there, this kind of messing up? I've never seen that before. Very interesting. This 16 right here could have came through, hit this one, and then hit one of these 6s. Fortunately, it looks like the bot was more focused on working towards taking this bonus here, the Mediterranean coast, than breaking one of the bonuses of the pink player, although it could have happened. We are now in a situation where the white bot is on 5 cards and the pink player is on 5 cards. So pink player guaranteed trade-in. It is going to be a large trade-in. I actually haven't been tracking what they are. I think we're over 15, right? On the trade-ins. Well, we're about to find out once the pink player takes their turn what it is. But reality is the white player has 30 troops. 5 cards are definitely worth those 30 troops, and we're going to find out for sure in a second. This is definitely a time for the pink player to be aggressive. It does not look like they're lining up to do that. And actually not even using their trading yet, perhaps not realizing they have it. Let's see. They're probably going to attack and they realize, oh, I have to trade. That's fine. Some people like to place their troops down before. Who knows what they were choosing to do? No. So this is a very, very, I think, bad move. They have created a threat stack right here. And like I said before, bots don't understand diplomacy. And the 4-on-2, wow, very successful rolls for the pink player. Good for them. Securing another bonus. I would bet that both bots are not going to respect the bonus of the pink player. So who's going to break it, white or red? We'll see. But this threat stack from the pink player, not realizing this is their opportunity and they need to secure it, they need to press forward. It is something we have seen from newer players before. They sort of default to this, I don't want to call it passiveness because we see the pink player is still expanding, but we see them not pushing the envelope, and they absolutely could have here. So let's see how hard the white bot goes into the pink player, and maybe that will awaken the pink's aggression. Let's talk about progression of the game, right? What's going to happen next? What is going to be the big major event that moves the game forward towards the end? Right, and I think what that's going to be is it's going to be removal of the purple bot. Not right now, but eventually. So you'll see the purple bot has 2 troops, and if they do not have a trade on 3, then I think they will be eliminated by the red bot. The pink player could do it right now. I would like to see the pink player. They could come through. They have so many angles in which they could have added their troops and they could come through. They could remove the pink bot. Maybe not realizing now just how much a card is worth. Let's see if they use that 24 to go and remove the purple bot. Good for the pink player realizing this is a time to strike. Perhaps not confident in their mechanics before and in their pathing before to remove the other players for their cards, but realizing now it's a pretty straight path. Good for them. They're going to get a trade in off the back of this. If they wanted to, they could remove the red bot right now. They are attacking around. They have plenty of time to make this happen. Take your time, get the pathing right. This is awesome. We are finally seeing the force of the pink player pushing themselves. I'm very happy to see this. I don't know if it was like confidence boost. I don't know if it was bonuses were just broken. It's time to go in. Interestingly, I think it was the white bot that broke those bonuses. So going hard into the other players first. Very interesting. It doesn't seem to have been motivated by revenge. It seems like the pink player going in was just motivated by this is my time to strike. So they have plenty of time, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to get to this 4. So even if they do clear out this entire interior area and this 6 right here, they cannot get to this 4. So the white player will get one more turn at least. Should I say white bot? And we'll see if they have a trade on 3 and if it makes it harder for the white player to be, the white bot to be cleaned up by the pink player. I don't think that will be the case. I think we've now seen this confidence from the pink player. They are attacking around, realizing they have such a long turn timer, perhaps being in other games where it wasn't the case, but realizing now they're building game sense in front of us. This is awesome. I'm so happy to see it for the pink player. Their pathing has been great. I think they could have removed this 4 earlier with this 24 when it was in the area, but probably just ensuring they get the red player, right? So awesome pathing from the pink player. Coming up on the end of their turn, the white bot's minutes are numbered. And the pink player actually goes to pull out this 24 and line it up somewhere on this 4. Unfortunately, they do not get that fortify off in time, but that is okay. The time they took to clear out the white bot from the area, that was well worth that time and not getting a fortify off. 42 troops coming in for the pink player, over 10 times more than the white bot currently has. They are going to end this game from that turn 2 or turn 3, a very, very early game bonus secured by the pink player. They still have this threat stack over here, very threatening. They are able to secure the game right now. Good for them. Let's get to the end game screen here and see what ranks we had. Looks like we had a novice, beginner, and a beginner, with a novice taking the W. This has been the Risk Grandnovice Series. Remember, you do not have to be number 1 to have fun, so get out there and play some Risk and have some fun.